Um, Jesus, I wanted to make this video because of the latest chapter of One Piece. Not gonna spoil anything about the chapter in here, but if you've seen the chapter, you know the big thing that happens, and it got me thinking about my problems with One Piece. Mainly, they've been exasperated as of recent in the series. Like Wano is where it really okay. Wano's where it really started to annoy me. Not that the series has ever been perfect, but it's like, Dressrosa had its problems. Whole Cake Island was honestly, I think Whole Cake Island was better than Dressrosa, but you know, it's like it hasn't been perfect, and I mean, at the end of the day, I'll always say that pre-time skip is still better than pretty much anything post-time skip. But this recent arc, or this recent chapter, I mean, yes, this recent arc, but this recent chapter has made me think about it's made me question Oda's writing decisions. Not that I haven't been questioning them for a long time now. Um, okay, I know I said I wasn't going to spoil, but I am going to spoil because I need to talk about what happens in the chapter. I'm going to talk about my grievances with it. Luffy attacks Emu like he was attacking him last time, and Emu impales Luffy on a sword. Now, on its own, it's a pretty shocking moment. It's pretty interesting because like last chapter, it feels like Luffy actually stood a pretty good chance against Emu. Like we were actually going to have a drawn out fight on our hands, and then now with this chapter, Luffy's been impaled on Emu's sword, Mihawk upscale, impaled on Emu's sword, and now things are looking hopeless. And my problem with that is that it's a fine moment on its own, but this is One Piece. Okay, like we just went through Wano. Okay, like you stop like I know what you're doing, Oda. I can see through you. I know what you're doing. You're not. This is not a shocking thing to me because we did this with Kaido more than once. Honestly, we did this with Kaido. We've been doing this since pre-time skip. He did this with Crocodile again more than once. So like, am I supposed to be shocked by this? Am I supposed to expect some big twist to come where like I don't know. Maybe Luffy doesn't come back fine. Maybe somebody else jumps in and saves the day. I don't know. I hope I'm surprised. But it's a problem that that's kind of my big problem with Wano. And I mean, I'll get to my grievances, all my grievances with Wano in a bit. But like, I wasn't shocked by what happened in this recent chapter. And it is hard to be shocked by anything that happens in One Piece anymore because the story is like each arc has become quite predictable, especially post time skip. Like, like what's gonna happen? Okay, maybe Luffy's gonna he got impaled. Maybe he won't actually. Maybe he'll be fine. Maybe it didn't do any damage, or maybe Luffy is. You know, maybe somebody else is gonna have to come in and save the day. Maybe nobody saves the day. Maybe Emu just leaves after. I was gonna say killing, but Luffy's obviously not dead because again we've been through this gimmick before. Luffy's obviously fine or going to be fine. Yeah, but I mean it's just not something that really draws me anymore. It just the shock isn't the same after it's happened. as many times as it's happened in this series. Like, how many times is Luffy gonna have to get one shot by the big bad, like midway through an arc, for it to stop being shocking? The answer is after Kaido is the one who does it. That's the last time it stops being shocking. Actually, no, I was going as far as to say is like the last time it was shocking was like pre-time skip with like Magellan. Like Luffy not beating Magellan, that was something that was actually shocking, right? He just never that stupid. He just never beat Magellan at all. And Magellan almost killed him like twice. That's shocking. That's an intimidating villain, right? Not that Kaido and Big Mom and even Emu aren't intimidating villains. Well, Emu hasn't proven himself to me yet, but we'll see. It's just it's just I see no purpose in it. This kind of that kind of like cliffhanger, that kind of twist, it just does nothing for me anymore. But that's not my only thing. Uh Other problems with Elbaph, right? And honestly, problems that I have with a lot of post time skip, but mainly since Wano, I would say. Or sorry, since no, yeah, starting in Wano and since Wano is like where's the rest of the crew, Oda, right? Like Dressrosa specifically, but like Egghead too, is like the last time I felt like I got something out of the entire crew. Like everybody had a purpose here, you know. Egghead, not so much for the whole crew, but like at least that was an arc that was actually focused on a member of the crew. That was Sanji's arc, you know. I just don't feel that way anymore. Like Usopp, like yeah, Elbaph was supposed to be Usopp's arc, but like it's just not, you know. Again, I would love to be surprised, but I feel like I'm not going to be because this series just doesn't surprise me anymore. Like, where's like I feel like we've lost the crew focus that we had just a few arcs ago. Like I know Wano was long, so it's kind of hard to remember, but like Wano was just one arc ago. Like it was Wano, and then it was Egghead, and then now we're in Elbaph, and like Whole Cake was right before that. God, what- like wait, where's like I can talk about Elbaph supposedly being Usopp's arc all I want, but like there's worse than Usopp, honestly. Like is is Frankie gonna get an arc again? Is what about a fucking Chopper? What about Chopper, man? Uh, Like Chopper's the biggest disappointment when it comes to pre-time skip for me. Just not just of the Straw Hats, of everybody. Like what happened to my boy? Where's where's Chopper's emotional stories, man? Like it gets, and we're having another Brook flashback. I love Brook, I really do. How many Brook flashbacks do we need? How many flashbacks do we need? That transitions into the other thing, the flashbacks. Like I like learning about like the lore of the One Piece world as much as the next guy. You know, I liked learning about rocks, but the length of these flashbacks just keep getting longer and longer, and they just become more and more frequent to the point where I wonder if this series is or even should be about the Straw Hats at this point, right? Like maybe this series should have been about Rox and his crew. Like the the amount of flashbacks, the length of the flashbacks. Like we have spent more time in like looking at flashbacks in Elbaph than I'm pretty sure like I'm pretty sure we have more page time for the flashbacks than Usopp has in this arc. Genuinely. Like and that's not me guessing, like I'm actually 100% sure of that. Like it's getting to a point, man. We can't keep doing this. I know the series is almost over, but if the series is almost over, why is every arc that's getting like we're in the final saga, like every arc can't introduce this whole new cast of characters, and then we have flashbacks and backstories about every single one of them, while the Straw Hats get nothing. Man, they get nothing at this point. Like the Straw Hats aren't the main characters anymore. I know Luffy is the main character, but like the Straw Hats just aren't the focus anymore. You know, like screw Chopper, screw Frankie, screw Nami. You know, like if you aren't Sanji, and like I know that Sanji just got a Conqueror's Haki, which is cool. I was expecting him to get it eventually, but like if you aren't the big three of the Straw Hat crew, or sometimes Robin, you get nothing. Or if you're not the big three, if you're not Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, if you're not Brook and you're not Robin, sometimes you get nothing. Okay, you don't get any more interesting stories. Chopper, you get nothing. It's ridiculous. It's honestly ridiculous. Like I love One Piece, and I am of the belief that you are not a true One Piece fan unless you hold some hatred in your heart for Oda. You know, I truly believe that. And I think the things I have listed in this video are a good example of that. I love One Piece. I want it to have a good ending, but it doesn't matter how good the ending is if it ends with the characters themselves, you know, being feeling wasted, which like we've had 1,000 chapters with these characters, so it's weird to say they feel wasted, but they do. Again, and not to glaze pre-time skip, but I'm a glaze pre-time skip. Pre-time skip strats was just a different. It was just a different vibe entirely. Like those were the days, man. You know, like we had a nice cast of characters, a nice new cast of side characters every arc, every island, but like the Straw Hats were still the focus. It wasn't, you know, it's like it's just strange. I just feel like it's not the same anymore. And it's not even just the Straw Hats, right? Like, what about all the unofficial members of the Straw Hats? What about Carrot? What about the Straw Hat Grand Fleet? Like last time we saw Bartolomeo, he was beefing with Shanks. Where is he now? Right? Like, okay, the Giants are on Elbaph, which is cool. It's good to see the Giants again, but like, where's everybody else? Like, and I know that they're side characters at the end of the day, and I was just talking about how the Straw Hats don't get enough in their own story anymore. But I mean, these are like I feel like these guys were set up as more important side characters than the the guys at Wano, maybe, not like I don't, not that I don't like the Wano side characters, they're cool, but like it feels like every goddamn side character's got to be set up as a new potential member for the Straw Hats instead of the already unofficial Straw Hat members. Can you shoot the thing? Unofficial Straw Hat members we have. Like, I don't know. Maybe Loki. I don't think Loki's going to join the Straw Hats because, again, we have this conversation every arc. Like, there's a new important character. Same thing happened to Yamato. They didn't join the Straw Hats. Like, I guess, like, Jinbei joined the Straw Hats, but that's about it. Like, Jinbei's probably going to be the last one, I think. God. And I'm just I zoned out there. I spaced off there. But, like, I am just worried about, like, the final, the ending of this series. Like, listen, I want Blackbeard to be the final villain. I think he's going to be the final villain, but he can't be the only villain, right? Like, what are we gonna do about Emu and the Knights, the Holy Knights? What are we gonna do about the fucking rest of the Marines, right? What about Akainu? What's he gonna do, right? We have like other things that are set up, and like I've never one to say that One Piece is too long, but One Piece is too I don't think One Piece is too long, but I do think it is too large at times. It is too grand in scope. There are too many characters. There are too many plot lines, right? And you can feel that at times. All right, but the problem is that it comes at a detriment to the main characters at times, specifically the currently lesser developed Straw Hats. Again, Usopp is the worst offender by far, but it's not just Usopp. Why am I doing that? But Usopp is obviously the best example we have, and it's the biggest one because people have been waiting for Usopp's arc for a long time, like since Dressrosa, and we've gotten nothing from him, and we're still getting nothing from him. It's just sad, really. It's just sad. But that's all I have to say about that. I mean, it just really like seeing what happened in the latest chapter really, I don't know, it really just got me thinking about all the things that it annoyed me because the first thing I thought when I saw that was, damn, it's been what, one arc, one pretty short arc since Wano, and Oda's reheating his nachos already. Already reheating the nachos. I can't say I'm surprised. Is all. I can't say I'm surprised. But yeah, I just I'm disappointed by Oda a lot, and I hope he can at least do something with the ending of this series that won't make it all feel like a waste, because it's starting to feel like I don't even know. Does Oda even want to write these characters anymore? And when I say these characters, I'm talking about the Straw Hats, because sometimes it feels like he doesn't.